Yo, what up guys, and welcome back to the channel. As always, it's your boy J-Wave, and for today's video, we're gonna be talking about Destiny 2 and all the information we got yesterday from its reveal trailer. So let's get right into this, right? So Destiny 2 is set to release this September 8th on Xbox, PS4, and PC. It's exciting to see it come on PC. I will be getting it for PC. I might get it on PS4, to be honest. I'm not sure. I know it'll probably have some exclusive shit on PS4, but I mainly want to focus on PC. The beta will be coming out this summer. It will be open to everyone, but for those of us that pre-ordered, it will be a little early, so we get early access to it. That's cool. Let me start off with all the PC specs real quick because there's not much. There might be a delay for its release on PC. That's kind of a bummer. This hasn't been confirmed yet, but there's been talks that it might be delayed. I hope it's not and it comes out, the same day as everyone else. It will be available on PC through Battle.net, not Steam. Some people were disappointed to hear that, but from what I hear, Battle.net is very, very good, and it will support full 4K and it will have uncapped frame rates. Full keyboard and mouse support with custom key mapping. That's basically about it for the PC. That's all we really got. Let's talk about the real thing. Let's get right into this. For our story, Destiny 2 is going to be incorporating a brand new story. So unlike its predecessor, Destiny 1, the story will actually be, it will actually have a plot. It'll actually be a little immersive, and it won't just be, do missions, do this, do that, kill bosses, and it's actually going to have character development, a lot more to offer than the original game, which is great and exciting. Now, our classes will be making a return, so Hunter, Warlock, and Titan will be making a return. There's no reason why they shouldn't make a return. There was talks that there might be a new class, but I don't know how that would fit in the game. Maybe later in the game, but not now. As for the abilities and subclasses, they are essentially the same, but we have some new abilities. Starting off with the Warlock has Dawnblade. It is a fire sword, basically. You get to slash it around, and it looked really good in the game. Titans are getting Sentinel, which is a shield. You get this small little shield on you. You get to bash enemies with that shield and throw the shield. Hunter gets Arc Strider, which instead of Arc Blade is a staff. And it looked pretty dope. Like, you had the Hunter doing all these flips and stuff, all these acrobatic moves, running around just slapping enemies with the staff, and it looked really good. Titan's Fist of Havoc will be returning, but this time around it isn't going to be as OP as it was, so that's great news because I hated Fist of Havoc. Fist of Havoc was one of the most broken things in that damn game. So it's good to see it a little nerfed. But the thing is, this time you'll be able to use it more than once per super. So you can use it a couple of times. I don't know how that's going to pan out. But hey, we'll see when we get there. Warlock has a new ability. You get to summon this circle around you that it can either give you a damage boost of 20% or it can fully regen your health. That's good to see. I'm pretty sure, but don't quote me. But the Hunter, I think I saw Golden Gun. Moving on to the weapons. We're having completely new weapons, new exotics, new armor, new everything. Everything from the previous game is being dropped and not transferring over, which is not completely a bad thing. For a lot of us, it's a fresh start, and that's exciting. So that means a new grind, a new hustle. So for the weapon slots have been rearranged. It's no longer primary, secondary, and heavy. It is now kinetic, energy, and power weapons. So kinetic and energy are essentially the same. They include sidearms, scout, pulse, and auto rifles, hand cannons, stuff like that. And then for our power weapons, that includes now snipers, shotguns, fusion rifles, rocket launchers. We also got to see some new weapons, which was the minigun and the grenade launcher. That's all I remember. They will obviously be adding some more new ones, and that's going to be very cool to see. We saw one or two exotics, not too many. They didn't really show off too many, but we'll probably see some in the beta. With this whole new weapon setup and this whole new weapon slot change, that's going to change the game a little bit, and I'm honestly looking forward to it because I feel it will be a lot more balanced than it was originally. A lot of the times on PvP, you just saw a lot of guys running around with a shotgun or at a long distance just sniping you, and it was very aggravating, so aggravating. It was the worst. It was broken, and then the balance of the weapons was never there. There was never a true balance in weapons ever. There was always one class, one sort of weapon more overpowered than the other, and it just made the PvP not a fun experience for me. Also for PvE, now we'll see what that does, because that could potentially change a lot in it, but I feel like they know what they're doing this time around, and it's very good to see this. Now let's get into Patrol and the actual world itself in Destiny. So with Patrol, as we all know, the previous game was boring. It was completely boring. It was dead. Other than patrol missions, it sucked. You know, there wasn't much to do. And this time around, they're trying to put a great emphasis on exploration. So now we're getting 4 new planets, 4 new worlds, and they're going to be huge. When I saw that, I was like, okay, 4 new worlds. What are you going to add now? They said that this time they're going to add actual towns and NPCs in these worlds. Safe zones. I don't want to be on patrol and just do patrol missions because that's boring. So now we're going to have towns, characters that we can actually interact with, safe zones, all of this. That's going to change patrol a lot. That's going to make exploring so much better. And for those of us that like to play solo, it's going to be something very nice to see. And one of the most exciting things I think we got in the whole reveal was the fact that we can travel from location to location without having to go into orbit. I'm hyped. Half of the time I played on Destiny, I was in orbit. I swear, like most of the time I was playing Destiny, I was in orbit. So that's really good. You should have heard the crowd at the live stream when they said that. That was probably the most exciting thing the whole time. Also, they're going to be having side quests known as adventures. So this is going to involve stuff like treasure maps, lost sectors, and boss fights in these lost sectors to get like the treasure in the chest. It's not completely open world, but it gives us more room to explore and find things, and that's really nice to see. Moving on to PvP and just the community. Clans are being introduced into the game officially, so you can actually make a clan with your own banner and do raids, Crucible, PvE strikes, whatever you want to do. For those of you that play solo and want to do raids and want to do strikes and play PvP with people that you know, they have this thing called guided games now. So let's say you want to do a raid, but you don't have a crew or you're in a clan, you're missing one person to play. With guided games, it's going to match you with somebody. You can choose to play with them, and then if you like playing with them and you enjoy that, you can join their clan, or they can join your clan, however it works. They're really trying to focus on bringing the community together, so you never feel like you're alone, no matter when or where you're playing or what you're playing. I like to see the community come together, because most of the times when I wanted to do the raid, or when anyone wanted to do the raid, you'd have to go on a forum and find people and tell people to add you. But now it's cool to see that they incorporated it into the actual game to make it a little easier for us. For those of you that don't have friends that play Destiny and you do want to do the raids, and raids will be available to everyone. So you don't have to be a certain light, and you don't have to have certain equipment and be a certain level to play raids. Anyone can play raids now. That's very nice to see, because everyone wants to do a raid. You don't want to be left out because you're under level and you don't have friends. So that's awesome to see. Moving on to the Crucible. God damn Crucible. Well, we got some info. We got quite a bit of info. All Crucible will now be 4v4. That includes Trials of Osiris and everything. So that can change some game modes. I don't know if some game modes will be completely disappearing or they'll be changed to fit the 4v4. They're really trying to focus the PvP on game modes. They're trying to make it more immersive. It's not just about running gun, it's more about the game modes. They showed off a new game mode called Countdown, which is essentially search and destroy. It looked very fun. It didn't look too different from the original game. The whole game in general doesn't look too different from Destiny 1. To a lot of you, that's disappointing. A lot of you wanted to see a brand new game, everything new. But if you think about it, this game is already an established game. Like, you can't ask for too much for this game. They're just fixing things that were broken in the last game. The only reason why this is even a sequel is because, they needed to run it on a new engine. They wanted to bring it to PC and fix a lot of the things that were broken in the new game. In the old game, they wanted to fix a lot of things that were broken in the old game and just bring it into the new one. So they made a complete sequel. They brought it to PC. Honestly, as much as I wanted to see a completely different game, I'm not disappointed. The game looks a lot smoother. It looks like it'll run a lot better. It looks more balanced this time around. They fixed a few things, tweaked a couple stuff that looks good. I'm a little excited for this. I'm not completely convinced by it, but I will get it regardless. I'm not gonna get it. And basically that's it, guys. That does it for the video. I basically discussed everything within the game, everything we saw. If I missed out on a couple of things, I apologize. But if you want to learn every single spec, I suggest just look up some of the information, watch the gameplay reveal trailer itself. Actually, that'll give you everything you need to know. But let me know how you guys feel about Destiny 2 and the gameplay reveal trailer down in the comment section below. Are you guys excited or are you not? What are the things that you're excited to see in the new game? and what are some of the things that you'd like to see brought back, if there is anything you'd like to see brought back. I'm excited, but I'm still very skeptical on this. You know, hopefully it isn't as broken as the first game was. They fixed everything that was wrong. You know, that's why they're doing the sequel. So thank you guys again for watching. Make sure you smash that like button for me, guys. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys next time.